The 2010s are coming to an end, so our Genius community decided to put together their top 100 albums of the decade. But here's our top 10. First up, at number 10 is Compton rapper Kendrick Lamar's 2012 major label debut, Good Kid, Mad City.
Man down, where you from, nigga? Fuck who you know, where you from, my nigga? Where your grandma stay, my nigga? This Mad City, I run, my nigga.
Kung Fu Kenny's autobiographical tale of growing up in Compton introduced the MC to mainstream rap. From a dissection of alcoholism and peer pressure on swimming pools to linking up with Drake on Poetic Justice, Mad City set Kendrick up for dominance over the last 7 years. Coming in at number 9 is Solange's opus 2016's A Seat at the Table.
Don't touch my hair when it's the feelings I wear.
A Seat at the Table encapsulates the ethos of being a black woman in America, dealing with microaggressions, the over-policing of black people, and the joy and empowerment of owning our work. In an essay entitled, And Do You Belong? I Do, Solange writes, quote, "We belong, we belong, we belong. We built this." At number 8 is Chicago's Chance the Rapper and his 2013 mixtape, Acid Rap.
Cigarettes on cigarettes, my mama think I stink. I got burn holes in my hoodies, all my homies think it stink. I miss my cocoa butter kisses.
Acid Rap brought Chance the Rapper international fame. On the project, he interrogates the Chicago gang crisis on Acid Rain and collaborates with Childish Gambino for a mixtape that immediately felt like an album. On number 7 is SZA's Control.
I could be your supermodel if you believe, if you see it in me, see it in me, see it in me. I don't see myself, why I can't stay long just by myself.
SZA's 2017 debut project is the coming-of-age story of a millennial black woman making her way into the industry. Through 14 tracks, SZA tackles emotional vulnerability, like on songs like Garden, Polyamory on The Weeknd, and putting herself first on the Travis Scott-assisted Love Galore. Up next at number 6 is Rihanna's Anti.
You need me. Ooh, you need me.
Anti's fusion of reggae, R&B, and pop with a splash of trap cemented Rihanna as an icon. From the smash Caribbean hit Work to the SZA-penned Consideration and the doo-wop-inspired Love on the Brain, Anti remains one of the deepest projects of the decade that has only left the Navy, Rihanna's fan group, thirsting for an upcoming, off-delayed, supposedly reggae-inspired project, R9. Beginning our top 5 is someone who appeared on Anti. It's Drake and his 2011 sophomore album, Take Care.
Fuck that nigga that you love so bad. I know you still think about the times we had.
Take Care set Drake up as the oversharing MC fans know and love today. From the aforementioned Marvin's Room to his anthems Hell Yeah Fucking Right and the Just Blaze produced Lord Knows, Take Care remains one of Drake's most important projects. Coming in at number 4 is Beyonce's Lemonade.
Middle fingers up, put 'em hands high. Waiting in his face, tell him boy bye. Tell him boy bye. Boy bye. Middle fingers up, I ain't thinking about you.
After surprising the world with her 2013 eponymously named album, the Queen beat up the ante yet again with her 2016 album. Lemonade hit hard, with an accompanying HBO visual that drew inspiration from Julie Dash's film Daughters of the Dust, and tracks focused on her husband Jay-Z's infidelity like Sorry, as well as her take on country with Daddy's Lessons. Lemonade set the bar higher than thought possible for the musical juggernaut. Beginning our top 3 is Frank Ocean's 2016 album, Blonde.
This is a setup. Oh my God.
Tell them it ain't likely.
This bitch trying to set me up.
As a surprise release the day after his visual woodworking album Endless, Blonde represents Ocean taking control of his career and narrative. From the beat switch on Nights to crooning over a failed relationship on Ivy, Blonde settled Frank Ocean as one of the generation's most celebrated talents. A number 2 with the second entry on the list is Kendrick Lamar's 2015 album To Pimp a Butterfly.
I'm fucked up, homie, you fucked up, but if God got us, then we gon' be alright.
Nigga, we gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright.
Kendrick's To Pimp a Butterfly tells the story of survivor's guilt and the new trials, tribulations, and joy of fame of the black experience in America in general. While the aforementioned Alright became an anthem for Black Lives Matter, on The Blacker the Berry, Lamar interrogates himself wanting to take revenge after a friend of his was killed. Dot's second major label album, especially songs like For Free, made this project a performance art.
So why did I weep when Trayvon Martin was in the street? When gangbanging make me kill a nigga blacker than me? Hypocrite.
And the #1 album, according to the Genius community, is Kanye West's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Can we get much higher? Fat booty Celine Dion, sex is on fire, I'm the king of Leona Lewis.
After a self-imposed exile for interrupting Taylor Swift at the 2009 VMAs, West's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is arguably Yeezy's magnum opus and the pinnacle of his collaborative creative process. He encouraged some of the best bars of Nicki Minaj's career on Monster.
Pull up in a monster, automobile gangster, with a bad bitch that came from Sri Lanka. Yeah, I'm in a tanka, color a Willy Wonka. You could be the king, but watch the queen conquer.
And pulled a career verse from Rick Ross on Devil in a New Dress.
Getting Tupac money twice over, still a real nigga, red Gucci sweater, dice roller. I'm making love to the angel of death. Catch your feelings, never stumble, retracing my steps.
The 2010 album held what's essentially his non-apology apology, encapsulated on Runaway.
So I think it's time for us to have a toast. Let's have a toast for the douchebags. Let's have a toast for the assholes. Let's have a toast for the scumbags. Every one of them that I know.
For some, this project was the apex of soul sample Kanye, as he married his varying interests of musical arrangement, visual creative direction, and cinematic interests with the album's companion film. Well, that's the list. For the full 100, check out the article on Genius.com. What's your favorite album of the decade? Let us know in the comments. I'm Jacques Morel with Genius News, bringing you the meaning and the knowledge behind the music. Peace.